It was a long road getting here, but finally, I think I'm waking up to Demon Slayer. Some of you may know that in my previous videos, I wasn't exactly very hot on Demon Slayer. I respected it, I enjoyed the series, but it wasn't until recently, after getting into Mugen Train, that I finally start to go back, rewatch Demon Slayer, and give it the respect it deserves. So, in this video today, we'll be giving a retrospective look back at Demon Slayer and my thoughts and opinions on the hit 2019 anime from UFO Table. I want to ask you guys to subscribe and ring the bell. Comment down below what you originally thought about Demon Slayer and if any of your feelings have changed over the years, but as well, something very important. If you haven't already or are a new fan of the channel, please go back before continuing with this video to watch my 3 previous Demon Slayer videos. These are my first impressions video, my video essay, and my final review on the series. These videos are essential to viewing this video so you understand where I'm coming from, and as well, it will explain things about Demon Slayer that I'm not going to be touching on in this video. Links for all 3 of these videos will be in the description below, but as well the pinned comment. Welcome back to the video. I'm glad you enjoyed those previous videos, if you did or didn't. What has changed since then? Well, pretty simple actually. My opinions on many of the side characters have changed, and one of the main characters. Probably the most important character I actually woke up to was none other than Neziko. I actually respect now what her character is trying to achieve. And while I'm still not in the camp that she's better than, say, Tanjiro or Tomioka even, I feel my past criticisms of doesn't talk much is a very short-sighted, unfair, and generally bad criticism of a character, at least in what I was trying to apply the criticism to. Neziko only works with other characters, so because of that, her scenes rely on heavy character interactions, which is a strength of the overall series. This leads to lots of relationship development between the characters, how they are tied together, and generally has a lot of very good and solid writing for everyone who interacts with Neziko. Not only that, but Neziko being a demon makes all of these interactions quite unique because Neziko doesn't talk. Neziko doesn't do normal things that humans would do. She is quite abnormal in the world of Demon Slayer. So, when you have her interact with characters even like Zenitsu or her brother Tanjiro, it's actually quite impressive how special many scenes with Neziko are, how memorable they are, and how few and far between they are. When I first watched Demon Slayer, I didn't quite understand that, and I most certainly didn't respect Neziko's character. I think what I saw in her character was simply that she was a popular character, she was a cute girl, and for me, that probably rubbed me the wrong way and gave me a negative first impression of Neziko. I wouldn't say I've 180'd on Neziko, but I will say that I've probably made a 90-degree shift. I am now very open-minded to Neziko, and I'm quite excited for what she will be doing in Season 2 and how her character will evolve. I now understand that this character is heading in a direction to get more character development, be put into situations that will inevitably make her character much more interesting than even what they did with her in Season 1. So yeah, I get it now. I like Neziko. And if you like Neziko, I want to remind you all to hit the subscribe button, leave a like on this video for me, because I am covering Heaven's Feel this Friday on my channel, so be sure to subscribe, like the video, do it for Neziko. Right into my next part of this video. Then we have Zenitsu. I still think he's annoying and is an obvious flaw of the series, because the reliance on him being loud to be funny, to me, is still old, very dumb, and played out. But here is the thing about Zenitsu that I have come to respect about him. I think his writing, for the most part, is pretty well done. In one of the episodes, he actually addresses most of the issues that the audience and myself would have with Zenitsu for being loud and annoying. He brings up how he wants to change, and he tries as hard as he can all the time, but he seems to always falter or fail or fall short. To me, that made me respect Zenitsu's character quite a bit. He's self-aware of himself. He's not just some babbling idiot who doesn't understand the people around him. And because of that, that makes Zenitsu's character more respectable, more relatable in some aspects, and more forgivable of certain less good character traits he has. Now, does that make those scenes not annoying? It still makes them pretty annoying. but it is good to know that in the future, it seems those things will be addressed more and more, and Zenitsu will grow as a character. As well, my last point on Zenitsu, I previously didn't really like the relationship between Neziko and Zenitsu, but I actually found his relationship with Neziko more funny than I originally did, we'll say that. Yes, some stuff was annoying, and it's actually really hard to root for him at times when he screams, and noticing his very obsessive and possessive traits of Neziko, but at the same time, there are scenes where I can't help but say Zenitsu and Neziko are meant for each other in the sense of their character interactions. Now, romantically speaking, I'm actually not very interested in seeing Neziko and Zenitsu together, and I honestly don't think the show makes you really want to care for that because that's not the point between their characters. The point between Zenitsu and Neziko is that they're a couple of goofballs, and it's another way to humanize Neziko, but as well humanize Zenitsu and give him something beyond just screaming and yelling. Put down in the comments below what you guys personally think about Zenitsu, and I want to see what you guys have to say. Then we have Inosuke. We talk about doing like a 90-degree turn on Neziko. This is a full 180 turn. I love Inosuke, and I wrongly lumped him in with Zenitsu early on. For example, I think that Inosuke is honestly one of the strongest side characters, if not the most strongest side character in all of season 1 of Demon Slayer. There are so many traits about him that are just so good and make you really enjoy him, and that is his badassness. He has really awesome action scenes, and I love how blunt he is and how much he values pure strength over everything else, which leads to a lot of unique fights. As well, he has a very lovable side to him. To me, Inosuke is the most craziest cartoonish character that you will see in Demon Slayer, but in his own way, he is completely grounded, just as much say Tanjiro is, and at times even more grounded than Tanjiro. And in the same sense that Zenitsu is very self-aware of himself, Inosuke to me is very obviously painfully aware of how much of a goober he is at times. So in my opinion, Inosuke is a very good character. But sadly, there are still some harsh realities we must face about Demon Slayer, or at least I will have to face. The first half is not very strong. It's actually almost tedious at certain parts and certain arcs. This is something that didn't change on second viewing of Demon Slayer, and it's something that I think I share a common sentiment with many other people on. Now, I will say, do not crucify this anime just because the first 12 episodes are less desirable. The second half of Demon Slayer is far and away worth it, and you probably should get into it because it is just that good. But the final one is Demon Slayer is still pretty overrated. That probably doesn't come to much surprise to many of you watching this video right now. I'm sure the most staunch defender of Demon Slayer would agree with me on this, but I think for people outside of the anime community, people look at this anime and they think this has never been done before, and that is just not true. Of course, when talking about the most talked about episode of Demon Slayer, that episode I still see tossed around as people saying one of the best episodes of all time. It's just not true. There's stuff the same year that came out from the same studio that was better than what happened in that episode. So yeah, Demon Slayer, sadly, still overrated. But I do want to end this video on a positive note and something that applies to not only Demon Slayer, but maybe you and other anime and myself as well. The point of this video was to go back, correct some mistakes and flaws, address some opinions that have changed about Demon Slayer that I've had since rewatching the series. What I've learned from Demon Slayer is don't let the perception of something you see be your reality. You be the one to decide what is good and what is not. Give things a fair shake. Don't let other people's opinions sway what otherwise may be something you enjoy. Now, just because you enjoy something doesn't mean a series is perfect. I love Demon Slayer quite a bit, and I just ran through a whole bunch of issues that I still have with Demon Slayer, and that is perfectly fine. So we can still criticize the things we enjoy. That's perfectly natural and should be done. So, to you watching right now, if you're just watching this video out of sheer entertainment, if you think you're not confident on Demon Slayer, then do what I did. Go back to it with an open mind and rewatch it. Because for me, I woke up to the reality that Demon Slayer is not only good, but it's a very, very good series. And it's something that I wasn't giving its flowers. So to you, Demon Slayer, I give you your flowers. Not that it matters anyways, I'm just a random person on the internet. So, before you leave, be sure to subscribe, ring the bell. This Friday I have a Heaven's Feel video for Heaven's Feel 3. Thank you all so much for watching this video. This was a great exercise for me to do, and I appreciate you all. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.